Ladies and gentlemen, after game number 1, what a fantastic game, Timmy.
That all went off, just off the chain, just at a drop of a hat right there after so much tiptoeing around each other. But we're going to go ahead and go into game number 2 here fairly shortly.
Yeah, and well, gonna be straight into that game number 2. I'm so excited to see what these guys have got to throw at each other. Cognitive have sponsored the Clique for a reason. We just saw that. They just took down Kamikaze, who were, at the end of the open ladder, they were the team that finished second.
Pretty much, yeah, it's just such a powerhouse right there.
Well, picks and bans going through extremely quickly in this one. Bans come out as being Athena and Bologna, and straight into Hunbats and Geb, so those guys have all been banned away pretty damn quickly.
Yet another ban towards Geb there. Do you really think he's a priority pick here? Because I definitely thought that the Sylvanas would have been a much bigger factor than what a Geb could have been.
I think that Neath should have been in that ban slot, totally honest.
Yeah, definitely. Neath is such a powerhouse right there. Neath is going to get picked up once again, however. And that's going to go anywhere. That could go Hunter, mid, or solo. So we're going to have to figure out just where that Neath is going to go later on as we start to see a bit more picks and bans.
Well, Ymir and Sylvana is going to be picked up for the guys that are on the side of Cognitive. Looking to run both of Ymir and Sylvana, so Ymir can be a flex pick here between both the jungle and the solo lane. More than likely going to be running the jungle, but Sylvanas, that's a lock-in at support, you know that for sure. So, interesting to see that they're looking to run both the Ymir and the Sylvanas here.
Well, double Guardian just allows you to have so much freedom for your squishies and your damage dealers, because you've got that peel, you've got that security, and you've got that zoning capability. You're not going to be able to get anyone to just jump into the back of your line and say, hey, you know, how you doing? I'm going to kill all of you, then go for your tanks, and then we're going to go take Fire Giant and go Fury, because yay. But you get the double Guardian, you can't go in like that because it's too risky. You're going to get caught out and then you're going to get focused down. And if Ymir does go into the jungle, he's actually quite a hard thing to counter, because if he cashes you out, Iceball's going to cut off all paths in the jungle for you. The Freeze Breath is going to keep you down, and he does a lot of damage, especially early with that Frost Breath passive.
Yeah, and when you're into something like a Circat and an Anher as well, if you can ever get a Frost Breath on towards Anher, over in towards that duo lane, that's a pretty early kill, because then they can snare him up again with a Sylvanas, and then they can hook him right as that one's just about to wear off. There's so much CC chain that can come through for Ymir and Sylvanas.
Pretty much, if you can chain crowd control onto someone, it's pretty much guaranteed to get a kill if you get it on a high priority target and you manage to keep them down early in the game, or even pick them off late in the game when you're looking for those objectives and those team fights. It's definitely going to be a big thing for your team, as well as having all that heal and sustain from the Ra.
Yeah, look at the AoE comp that they've set up so far from the guys on the side of Cognitive Clique. Ymir, Sylvanas, Ra. That just screams AoE to me.
Pretty much, you know, and keep in mind that chain crowd control, hot Ra snipes all day and night, baby. And yeah, that's a little bit of a misclick right there. Duke having his little pick here, he's going to cycle through a few people, not making up his mind. But yeah, Neath, Circat, and Onher, they've opted into picking up their damage carries before getting their supports out. What do you think about that?
It means that they know which sort of damage threats that they really wanted to go for. They obviously prioritized the picks that they really wanted. Supports, okay, you know, Geb's been banned away, there's a lot being taken away and taken off the board here. So it's kind of just saying, alright, we wanted these big threats.
But Hades getting picked up here, that's going to go into the solo lane, and Sobek is going to go into the support lane. That kill potential right there, Sobek on her. That is very scary. That's going to get you right out of position.
Well, from what we can see right in front of us as well at the moment, this point in time, there's no third ban to come through from the guys on the side of Cognitive Clique. So that was really weird. That maybe they wanted to leave a lot up, snatch up one pick for themselves, maybe leave two up, make sure that their opposition really gotten a few things that they really wanted to pick or not pick. It's just leaving so much on the board for them, or maybe they didn't even know what they wanted to ban the time around out. You know, that can happen sometimes.
The other thing that they could have thinking is if we ban someone out, they might catch on to who we want to pick up, because quite often when you ban someone out, you want to either ban out powerhouses like Bologna and Athena, or you want to ban out counter picks to who you're going to play, just so you have that much easier matchup. So not too sure what happened there, but Chuck also getting picked up. That will be going into the solo lane, and he does alright against Hades. The Thunderstruck and Torrent combo, able to get him out of that Pillar of Agony, but Hades can definitely be a powerhouse in the solo lane. He's got such great wave clear, and when you get into those team fights, he's so strong because he brings so much control and confusion to the team.
Yeah, well, have a look at the chat. Redoxide said that there was a text ban of Odin, so something's obviously happening in game and may have not allowed them to ban Odin, and that's come through. Well, picks are all in front of you guys. We'll be back in just a few minutes with game number 2. If you want to tell us in the chat who you think is going to win, use the hashtag CoG win for Clique, Cognitive Clique Gaming, or if you think the Team Kamikaze can win, use the hashtag TKM win. And guys, tell us what you think. Let us know. Other than that, we'll be back in just a few minutes.
gentlemen, we are back here with Team Kamikaze versus the Clique here. Joining me once again is Rankonius, the one and only. How you doing, Rank?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Just finished off the NA Challenger Cup last night. It was extremely close, and getting back to this sort of stuff, it's great to cast the Australian teams again. Man, I miss it sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit back at home there, but hopefully we're going to see a bit more of a faster paced game. There's a lot of pauses there. Divine actually had to get subbed out here due to unknown reasons. I believe internet issues at the moment, so we're going to see a sub in for him. So no panic here. I'm going to see a little bit of a dance party in the mid lane here between Picklefinger and Tompo.
Yeah, but look at the composition coming through from Cognitive Clique, right? They've got the comp that they can invade on. They've got a Ymir, they've got Shark, they've got Ra as well. There's so much damage and healing sort of at level 1. If Ra's opted into that 3 and he has the Solar Blessing picked up at level 1, that there's not really any way that Kamikaze can actually opt to fight them.
Yeah, they might actually go for that invade as well. They have put some wards out here just to see some movement around. But before anything happens here, Scott, how about we go ahead and introduce our teams?
On the left-hand side of things, in the blue health bars, it's going to be Team Kamikaze. Tompo in the solo with the Hades. Liquid Renegade is going to be on the Sir Cat in the jungle. Bloodliege in the middle, that's our subbed out player. He's going to be playing Neath. Redoxide's going to be on the Anher, the Hunter role, and Picklefinger's on the solo lane, so the duo lane Sobek.
And on the right side of your spectator UI, from the far now at the top side of your minimap, we have Cognitive Clique, Horizon playing Chuck in the solo lane. Duke is your demonstration of Radiation playing Ymir in the jungle. Kanye is Ra in the mid lane, and your duo lane is Shazao, and Empty Wolf is Sylvanas and Apollo. Look at the thing, Duke just went straight for that mid lane and left Horizon all by himself to fare against Liquid and Tompo. They also did not go for that speed buff. He's going to pick that up late there. What happened?
This is kind of an awkward cycle. What they did with the Ra is they used it to keep Horizon 100% full health and take the mana buff for him. So he gets straight to lane, he tosses down an axe, he gets there early, and he gets the minion clear, right? That's the point of that one, because Sakat, look at the amount of time she spent over here. She's level to 3 of this solo lane alone. Also helps Ymir's very, very early jungle clear and gives him some pressure around the map. It means that Ymir is sharing a lot more XP and that he's going to get to level 5 a lot quicker as well.
Yeah, definitely some strats coming out here on the side of Cognitive Clique. They've really picked up their game since they got picked up by Cognitive Gaming, so they may have been getting some coaching in on theirs, and that's why Cognitive is one of the best in the world at the moment. Yeah, we're just going to see some pretty typical movements around the side. Picklefinger actually getting quite low to those wisps on the left-hand side.
He's a Sobek. He's at least going to be able to, you know, spin around with his 3 the sickening strike and heal off anyone that he bops with that one. So he's going to be totally fine, be able to sustain up. Redoxide's the one more to be worried about. They're actually going to get charge prey on towards Shazao and the Impale against the wall. So a really nice set of damage as well.
Yeah, definitely want to get that early damage out there. Oh, good Nature's Grasp going on to Picklefinger, but he's going to tell Whip out of there, say go away, Shazao right there. But the Whips are going to be able to heal him up quite a bit there, so it's always disheartening when you get good poke onto a dual lane, but they have a Sylvanas. They're just going to heal up, and there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're not able to do a huge deal at this point in time. That's why they're rotating Liquid Renegade out. They're going to be looking for this gank here in just a few seconds. They haven't realized he's here yet. Here he comes in. He's dashing around. They get the Impale against the pillar. That's a really good combination from Redoxide and Liquid Renegade. They get the kill. Liquid Renegade's going to grab that first blood, and Team Kamikaze, they've got the first blood.
But here comes Duke. He gets a freeze onto Redoxide, but he does manage to slither away before the Glacial Strike does hit. Great ball coming out there. Managing to off Liquid Renegade. He doesn't have enough movement to get around that, but he is going to go ahead and get out. Misses the Nature's Grasp, and if he managed to hit that, that would have been a dead Liquid Renegade right there.
Yeah, mid-camp spawning through the middle of all that action, so now it's a helter-skelter sprint towards those camps. Could be the first ones to get towards the left-hand side. It's actually going to be Team Kamikaze, but pluck onto Kanye.
Yes, Kanye is in a dangerous spot right here. Even though he has the speed of light, he's not going to be able to get away from the lurking in the waters from Picklefinger, and he is going to get picked up. Ooh.
Oh, Nature's Grasp on a Finger. He gets locked up with the root underneath tower as well. The Charge Prey grabs Duke and flips him over so that he takes another tick of damage. That was some really nice positioning from Duke to try and keep underneath that tower as long as possible. But now this right-hand set of med camps, that's going to go to Team Kamikaze. If they can grab those, that's a huge advantage in the early portion of the game.
Finger does need to be careful though, because he is very low. Liquid Renegade, even more adventurous right here. West coming out, just give a little bit of healing. But
Spirit Arrows on a Duke, and now they're
himself
dotting the
off.
poison up as well. What can they find? They're going to find an Unravel. The in-hand slowly coming out from Blood Leech. The Rast Knife going to miss. Yuzi's going to be not happy about missing a hot Rast Knife. Just love seeing those ones land. Tompo's looking to start rotating over from this solo side of the map as well. But all well and said, no one ends up dying there, and everyone manages to back out.
Yeah, so a whole lot of nothing going on there. Even though a lot of shots have been fired, nothing really connects all that much to manage to pick up a kill. That Searing Pain going in between everyone there. Tompo doing what Hades does best in the early side of the game, just pushing out this tower, being a bully. Yeah.
That's just what Hades does, though. He pushes the waves, he heals them up, and he shoves in. Horizon opting to go for the Chuck. I mean, he's got that early wave clear. That's what we were really expecting to come out from him, but he hasn't opted to start off with a Bluestone Pendant.
Well, no, because he wanted to get the magical protections to deal with Tompo if he does catch him out with that Pillar of Agony. So he got the Emerald Talisman, which is a really good pickup on Chuck because it just allows you to hyper heal pretty much in the lane. Yeah, we're just while we're having a little bit of a stagnant time, I'm gonna go ahead and look at our graphs here early on. Gonna see a 1.7 thousand XP difference towards Team Kamikaze as well as a 1.3k gold difference. So
ooh, Horizon's actually been called out by Liquid Renegade and dropped down the last breath as well. One more in hand, the poison ticking away. Horizon one from death will be managed to pick up. Now the Pillar of Agony from Tompo's down on towards Duke. They've got this one secured as well. 2 kills come on the side of Team Kamikaze, and Liquid Renegade, he's gonna snag both of them.
That's an important thing to remember, that the last breath stops all healing full stop, so that Emerald Talisman was not able to do anything for Horizon. Ooh, definitely a good pickup there. And they're going to go ahead and push down this right-hand tower, or at least get it very low here, so they can pick it up a lot easier later on. If we look on the left-hand side, Redoxide is getting very low here. He brings out the Desert Fury, try and box here. Robe Weaver coming out, and does manage to pick it up. But he does get taken out by the archers, and Empty Wolf does get credit for that. Ooh, and once again, the tower is going to go down on the right-hand side.
Yeah, so a lot of pressure expended towards that right-hand side of the map, and a lot of kills coming online. Look at the kill score already. He's only the one kill on that left-hand side of the map that only had one member from each team be a part of it, that Liquid Renegade was not to be a part of. So some really, really nice kill participation, some nice threat in this early game, and he's going to be a big sickhead as we move through the mid-game.
Pretty much, yeah, and he's going to do a very good job against this lineup here. There's a lot of healing coming out the side of Cognitive Clique, so that's definitely a great pickup there. He's going to be a big influence, so he needs to try and get as big as he can, as fast as he can, so he can be a deciding factor in these team fights.
Look at Horizon, he's opted to go for the tier 3 boots off as his second item, and now there's going to be a contest for this right-hand side set of mid-camps. Left-hand side was already taken Picklefinger. No Charge Prey to come through from him, so he's not going to continue that engagement. And that is going to be a disengage from both sides, so mid-camps go down, and no one's going to end up fighting over him.
Pretty much, left-hand side, Empty Wolf getting forced out by Redoxide, and we're going to see the red buff getting picked up by Duke, going to give that on to the way of Kanye. And we're going to see there's a lot of people moving around towards this Gold Fury area. It's just about time to eat one of those up, get a nice good gold lead above the enemy there. So what happens next is going to be deciding the factor. Nature Scrub's getting picked up there. Charge Prey throwing Duke back. He does body block Picklefinger there, so he can't get too
Renegade's
far
ambushed
away.
up on the backside of this one as well. He could come in whenever they do so choose for that. Now the fight's going to start to break out. They're a long way forward, so it's safe for Wicked Renegade to go intense into this fight, but not able to do so at this point in time, and it's going to be another disengage.
The important thing to remember, like, not everyone really gets that ambush. It can actually be used to ambush. You are actually invisible while you're standing there, but if you do get someone walking close enough to you, you will be revealed. And Shazao came so close to revealing Liquid Renegade, you know, you kind of felt like a Solid Snake moment right there. Hiding underneath the box with the exclamation marks coming up above your heads, but he didn't get found out right there. Very sneaky.
Yeah, Liquid Renegade having a solid game so far. A bit more kills happening at least at this point in time. Probably time to take a good look into the player damage graphs and look at that from Redoxide. He's the one that's going to be topping things at the moment.
Once again, Redoxide is getting top player damage. He's really on point at the moment. He had top player damage in the last game as well for the vast majority of the game, so he's definitely going to be doing work. However, he doesn't have that hyper late game carry of a Shipalonke. This time he's got On Her, which does fall off a little bit more towards the late game. On Her is more of a early game hunter.
Well, pings over towards the right-hand side of the map for Tompo. They realize that Duke is probably on his way over here because Tompo was a long way up. They'll blink in. He's going to find the freeze. The Ice Carpet does some serious work and damage, but he hasn't burnt the ultimate from the side of Duke. He's 2 levels down on Liquid Renegade if he decided to continue chasing that one.
A quick thing to point out is if Duke tries to start using the Guards of Ice, as he's channeling it, Tompo could just use the Pillar of Agony, because if he can't get out because he's already used the Death from Below, he can get the protections bonus from the Pillar of Agony and then catch out Duke later on after he finishes channeling.
Well, right-hand side and left-hand side mid-camp's just about to respawn. 2 in position from the side of Cognitive Clip. On the left-hand side, once Picklefinger was looking for the contest, not quite able to find it, or a charge play to initiate a fight either. And right-hand sides, they're just about to come up.
Yes, and this is definitely like what you want to do in the early start of the game. Just force out these mid camps, get as many as you can, get as ahead as far as you can, and then push out the enemy as much as you want. And Team Kamikaze, they're doing quite well. However, Cognitive Clique are starting to, they're hanging on purely because of these mid camps.
Yeah, well, Horizon's going to get a little bit of silence up going on towards him, and Liquid Renegade's over there as well, forced to drop the ultimate and try and create some space for himself, but Liquid Renegade and Tompo, they're not even going to continue chasing him. The rest of their team, they needed them.
Redoxide is also going to try and push down this tower, get some poke out onto that wall. He doesn't know where Empty Wolf is. He doesn't have any wards, so he doesn't know that Empty Wolf is going to come up right behind him. He does have that Audacity ready to go, so he's going to try and burn down Redoxide if he gets the opportunity. Misses the Serenade, doesn't get the Mesmerize, but still gets a protection bonus from it. And he does get Redoxide quite low here, but
oh, down comes that Wrath of Terror. They're looking to get Redoxide even lower than he currently is. There will be an Across the Skies if they do want to chase him down that way. But Redoxide's health bar is so damn low. Hot Brass Knife from downtown, not going to land. And Neath on the backside of this one. This is going to break out into a huge fight if they're not careful.
If they're going to do a huge fight, they're going to do it now before that heal kind of becomes a deciding factor. Giselle game very low there, gets good root onto 2, but does get picked down to Bleach.
Picklefinger now has gone extremely low as well. Duke, they're going to drop the ultimate from the Circat over on towards Kanye. He's going to be able to heal up thanks to that circle just because of that last breath. He's so low, 1 more lick of damage. Picklefinger's got it and they'll pick up 1, but Duke is going to trade himself back over for that 1 kill. Tompo's rotated the entire way, but Horizon on the backside with an axe to the face. A Liquid Renegade, no Frost Breath, and it looked like Duke was just spitting at the air right there because he couldn't even find any kills.
That's some bad breath. He's got some green spit right there. You need to see a dentist about that. But they're going to try and see that they can get the Gold Fury here. There is no Hulk 3 on the side of Team Kamikazes, but there is a Pillar of Agony. And coming out here right now, Duke getting very low here, getting picked up by Tompo. Empty Wolf's going to go ahead and run away.
Kamikaze get the Gold Fury as well, so Redoxide with the Desert Fury gonna grab 2 for him. They get 3 kills for themselves on the side of Team Kamikaze, that Pillar of Agony and a Gold Fury.
Never underestimate your positioning when there's a Hades coming right for you, because he sees people grouped up, he's going to make you group up even more, and then you're going to see something like a Desert Fury, a Lurk in the Waters, or a Last Breath, and he's going to get so many people with that. On the mid lane here, Wrath of Terror coming out, Roots 2 pulls in Picklefinger, just keeping in there, Taunts coming out, Hot Rod Snipe doesn't manage to hit, Last Breath coming out there, picks up Shazao.
Yeah, man, now look at that. Shazao not able to get in 2 out of 2 games until the latter stages so far. He really needs to play a support, I think, next game with some mobility.
Redoxide also picking up that left-hand side tower, but...
Liquid Renegade went so deep there and managed to pick up some of Kanye's new stuff. Now he's trying to box out on towards Duke. They're all surrounding this mid lane tower. Duke is alone here. Horizon joins but gets impaled against the wall. Now is silenced up as well. What can they find at the back? And they're still thinking about it. Horizon will dash I'm not sure that was the wisest decision. Juke needs just a couple more in-hands onto his little squishy body and he'll be dead, but look at the freeze! Empty Wolf comes from across the skies and manages to clean up one, but now the pluck onto him.
Well, turnaround from Juke. You can freeze through the ice wall, and then Empty Wolf comes in from the backside with that across the skies, doing even more damage onto him, and Juke does manage to get out there with his life. That was a really good play by him.
Yeah, it also blocks the vision as well, so then the freeze comes from somewhere you didn't even expect it to. And, well, that was just some really, really nice play from the guys on the side of Cognitive Clique, but for all their mid-camp control, they just lose themselves a Gold Fury, and they're 8 kills down.
Pretty much, and yeah, in Kamikaze, they're going to start choking out CoG Clique here right now. We have to look at our graphs. It's been a big swing towards 5.3k difference in XP and 5,500 gold to the way of Kamikaze as well. So they're definitely going to get a bit of quite a bit of a lead right here. If they manage to hold on to it, they can potentially muscle out CoG Clique at the Fire Giant later on in the stage.
The ward battle hasn't been such a big part of this game as it was that last one. The Cyrus needed to get into the game, and did you see the amount of wards they gave out for him? Take a look at the graphs this time around. Shazao sitting on 6, 5 on the side of Tompo, 5 on the side of Picklefinger as well. Now going up to 6 from Tompo. He's been the real major warding factor for his team.
Pretty much, yeah. Before he didn't really have to get a whole lot because he had that across the skies playing the Apollo, but now he has to on the right-hand side horizon. Stormcold coming out there, silencing Tompo. He's not going to be able to do anything with that. Hades does need his abilities and able to do anything. He is, in fact, a Guardian. And we're going to see a bit of a disengage here, unless... Look at Renegade, he's lurking behind this wall. He's thirsty for something. He needs a nice dose of radiation. He needs an X-ray from Duke.
Yeah, and Bloodleech is rotating over here as well. They're going to look for a Spirit Arrow Snare in just a few seconds. The death from below to come in from Tompo, and he's blocked off by a really nice wall from Duke, creating some real good space for Horizon, but they've got ultimate to come through from Liquid. Renegade drops down the ultimate himself, but it's not going to quite be able to do enough, and then it's going to be 2 for the guys on the side of TCAM. They're looking for more as well. They're looking for Kanye. Kanye rotated out, got caught up by the World Weaver, and the flick over from Picklefinger lurking in the waters is going to do a lot right here. Shazao blinks over the wall, but it means absolutely nothing at this phase of the fight. Spirit Arrow to lock him in place, and he is just going to get wiped as well. Apollo's the only man left, and look at how confident TCAM are going forward.
I don't think Wolfie understands just where everyone is, because if he kept on walking forward there, he would be walking right into the jaws of the beast. The right-hand side tier 2 tower is going to go down here, and they've got to start moving towards Fire Giant, because everyone on the side of Cognitive Cognitive Clique is down and respawning, and they do have the advantage here right now.
Now they've got the double Guardians as well, and Tompo's going to be able to sustain himself through it, so he can tank it for as long as they really need. Then they can shift it over to the Hunters. It's been destroyed. Kamikaze with a 16-minute Fire Giant, and they are looking so confident this game.
Oh, man. You don't normally see a Fire Giant anywhere between, like, before 20 minutes, just because it's such a risky play, but they made the decision that after they got all those kills, they pushed out that tower, and then they went straight to Fire Giant. No hesitation.
Yeah, they knew that they had the huge advantage. They had the double Hunters as well, with fully stacked Heartseekers and the RC online. They've got so much sustain across that team that it just really wasn't a huge risk.
Now, just real quick, Kanye, how do you feel about the Pythagorean's piece getting picked up on a Ra? Like, surely you'd want... But it does help. It does give you that aura, which gives 20 magical power and 10% magical life steal to you and your allies within 70 units, but he can go for Duke, however a lot of his damage is coming from base damage numbers. He needs penetration, so maybe a Void Stone would have been better if he wanted to help out Duke in that regard. And Shazao, his wisps are not going to be all that big of a factor, so Sylvanas doesn't do a huge amount of damage once you start getting out the lane phase, but going to see Love Renegade being able to get away from that good wall from Duke, just stopping all engagements there. They don't want to fight right now. They need to grip up first before they do anything like that.
Well, Empty Wolf's been a little bit called out. The Senegade goes down on towards Liquid Renegade. Tompo's here as well. He's got the moves, trying to get himself away. The last breath that ticks, we're always going to get him, even in the skies. And now the fight is going to break out in earnest, because Horizon's looking to go deep in the backlines as well. Picklefinger, he's looking beneath the waters. Kanye, you might have a speed buff on the passive there, buddy, but when you're getting plucked up like that one, the rest of the team's just going to dive straight on in. Duke with a 3-man sneeze at least is going to buy him some time, but Redoxide's got too much damage, and look at the side of TCAM. They're 19-4 They're not quite done here yet. They're gonna continue diving this tower. Horizon's the only man left, and TCAM, well, they've got this game almost wrapped up in a nutshell. They're that far ahead.
This side. Oh, that's a massive swing. They've already got Fire Giant. They don't care about the Gold Fury right now. Right now, they want to get this Phoenix, and then I'm gonna suspect they're gonna go straight for that mid tower. Or, ooh, look at this.
They can end.
They can end. Kanye is gonna come up. Actually, no, Empty Wolf's gonna come up first, and Kanye's gonna come up second. But Kanye hasn't really been a factor in these fights. He's 0-5. Empty Wolf gained very low mentions to use moves to get back to the fountain. But however, the Titan can't go to the fountain and heal up, and it does fall down to Team Kamikaze.
Yeah, well, Team Kamikaze gonna level the score up in one of those rare sites in the Oceanic Invitational ladder. You get a 3-game series. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be a part of that, it's gonna be coming up next game right here on Team Down TV 2. Don't go anywhere.